It's not crazy, but also at the same time, whoa. Hello, welcome back to my channel. You're shocked. I'm shocked. 100 followers. Who would have thought? So I'm doing a Q&A to celebrate. Yippee. You guys sent me in a bunch of questions on Instagram. I've gone ahead and randomized them, so they're not in any particular order. And we're just going to go through and answer everything. First question, what's your zodiac sign? I'm an Aries. Pisces cusp though. I have a Gemini moon and I'm a Pisces rising. Just adding to this, my Myers-Briggs type is INFP and my Enneagram types are 2 and 6. I've taken the test like twice, and from what I can tell, those types are really similar. And my Hogwarts house is Hufflepuff. Cool. What kind of music are you into, and any band recs? Honestly, my taste is kind of wild. I feel like if you were to look at all the music I listen to, it's a wild mix. I don't know if you can really see that. I have the one record that I own is Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die by Panic at the Disco. That's the only record that I own currently. I love K-pop. Love K-pop. I've loved K-pop for years, which is very different to like I guess everything else that I listen to, I'd say. Otherwise, pop is definitely great. And then I guess like indie pop, probably indie rock, that kind of stuff. Band recs? Interesting. What other bands are there? What other bands do I listen to? Do I even listen to? I'll leave some like Spotify links in the description, so if you want to go check that out, you can check that out. The next question is Aragorn or Geralt, and I'm assuming this means who I would simp for out of the two. While I have grown up simping for Aragorn, I have to say Geralt. I think Geralt is the superior choice here. Favorite pen to write with? My favorite pen of all time is one that is out of stock. I remember I used it once in high school and I fell in love. It was a ballpoint pen, but it wrote like a gel ink pen and it was incredible. Currently, my favorite pen to write with right now is the Pilot Juice pen in 0.38. I got a few people send in Fuck, Marry, Kills, and my friend Esther sent in Fuck, Marry, Kill, Teen Wolf, The Vampire Diaries, or Skins. Obviously, these are just shows. I love this concept. And this is really easy. Kill The Vampire Diaries, absolutely. Fuck Skins, and marry Teen Wolf, because Teen Wolf will always be my main bitch. What's something you've learned since being on YouTube? Self-doubt is probably the biggest obstacle. You will have more technical difficulties than you expect. And it's not that I've like learnt about time management through YouTube, but YouTube is definitely making me better at managing my time. What is one philosophy or mindset that you're going to be implementing as you go into your 20s? Strive for satisfaction, not perfection, and don't think that to be satisfied you have to be perfect. What video are you most excited to make next? There are probably a few. There is a video series idea that I have that includes one of my best friends, Kiva, which is interesting because back in high school, Kiva and I talked about starting a booktube channel and we never did. And that is one of the biggest regrets of my life, honestly. Now that I have a channel and I know how fun it is, I really wish we had done it back then. I have a series idea that I'm really excited to do with him, and I really want to do that as soon as we can. Otherwise, I'm really excited to get back into writing vlogs, and honestly, for a while I've been wanting to do essay kind of videos. I love watching them on YouTube, but I just don't know if I have that many strong opinions, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, I don't know if that would really be my thing. I guess the only way to find out would be to try. But I'd really like to do a video essay. I don't have an idea plan, but I would love to do that sometime. How is Dead Seas going? Thanks so much for asking. I mean, it's going, barely. This week I'm actually going to start going through editing my first draft, I guess you could say, and outlining the second story. So because I was focusing on a different project in April, I haven't really done a lot of work on it recently, but we're getting back into it and I'm excited. Speaking of Dead Seas, the next question is fuck, marry, kill 3 of your own characters. Now this question was sent in saying 3 of your own characters from your roommate's whip, which was the project I was working on in April, but because I stopped working on that, I hope you don't mind, I'm going to change it and choose 3 characters from Dead Seas. So out of the 3 main characters, Isla, Kalina, and Than, I'm so sorry Isla, sweetie, you're gone. I'd kill Isla. Always great saying you'd kill your main character. I'd fuck Kalina and marry Than because he's an absolute sweetie. This next question is so funny. Okay, can you read an old thing that you wrote as a kid? Is that a possibility? Well, I messaged my mom this morning, and just before I started filming this, she sent through a whole lot of pictures of things that I had written in primary school. So I've picked 3 here that I'm gonna read. I hope this is what you meant from as a kid. Like, in these stories, I still didn't even really know how to spell. All of these are really short because I got sent through, because they were sent in, like, of pictures of, like, the books that I'd written them in, and I didn't get full stories, so these are probably not complete, but these are the ones that I picked. I just got it on my laptop here. Lily believed in her grandma that her grandma saw the whales when she was a little girl. One night, Lily woke up and climbed out of her bed and went to her window and heard the whales. Incredible. The second story that I really liked, I called goodbye as I walked out of the door. I stepped on the soft, dark yellow sand in my bare feet. It was summer and it was very, very hot. I walked into the bright summer sun. I was looking for shells when suddenly I found a beautiful pink, red, purple, blue, and black shell. I was about to pick it up when suddenly I heard somebody scream. I ran through the palm trees, where suddenly I stopped. Right there were 2 pirates fighting. And that's where it ends. I'm sorry to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but that's obviously my little mind. Genius little mind, keeping you guys hanging. And the third story was the funniest. It was really long, so I'm not going to read all of it. It was actually one of the only mostly complete ones that I got sent. Some of the pages were missing in the middle, so that's why I'm not going to read the whole thing. But here's the start. Kate, wake up. Wake up, Kate. Ah, hey, what was that for, Saleya? Asked Kate, surprised to death. That was your wake-up call because we're going to be late for school. Not only that, but we're going to be late for the field trip, said Selenia. If you're wondering, Selenia is actually Saleya. I just obviously forgot my characters' names while writing, and you can't blame me. I was probably like 6 when I wrote this, and like Selenia, I don't know where I got that name from. Anyway, you better not get lost this time, Kate, said Flutterby. I'll try not to, Kate answered back. She's a bit sassy, Kate is. She's not like other girls. That's the first page, but if you want to know what happens, they go on the field trip. Kate doesn't get lost. They see a toucan and a tiger, and the story ends because Kate gets struck by thunder. Not lightning, thunder. It was actually really harsh. My mom sent through the feedback that I got for that story. My teacher said, you need to work better on your endings, and your characters aren't that well developed. Like, come on. I couldn't even, I could barely spell the word answered. What do you expect from me? Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, next question. What are your top 3 sounds that would be the soundtrack to your life? One of my favorites, The Less I Know the Better by Tame Impala, Love is Alive by Louis the Child, and I'm Free by The Current Joys. Fuck, marry, kill, Tessa, Will, and Jim from the Infernal Devices series. Not to break the rules or anything, but I'm going to change this to fuck, marry, kiss because I could not bring myself to kill any of these characters. I'd kiss Tessa because I wouldn't want to marry her because she's if you've read the stories, you know she is immortal. She kind of lives forever. I would fuck Jim because if you read that scene where he rips off Tessa's corset, you know. And I guess I would marry Will. He's best boy, so it makes sense. This next question is also really good. I really like this one. Are there any books or films that you now love or hate because of NCEA English? I'm so glad you asked. Not that I really liked it that much anyway, but To Kill a Mockingbird by what's her name? Lee Harper? Harper Lee? Terrible. Surely we can find a new book to teach kids about racism with. Like, maybe written by someone who's actually, like, experienced racism? Just speaking out loud here. I also want to say, because of NCA English, I think I especially have come to love The Secret History, because I really enjoyed it when I read it, but then I studied it as well, and that just, like, I have to respect it. I have to respect it. Also The Hunger Games. I was never really a huge fan of The Hunger Games. I read the books, I enjoyed them, and then we studied it in year 11 with the coolest English teacher I ever had, Miss Shapuznik. I feel like a lot of the time when I study books, I end up appreciating them and liking them even more. It's like, it's not very often that I end up hating a book after studying it. Really says something about To Kill a Mockingbird, doesn't it? Favorite quote from your work. This is actually really difficult because I haven't technically been writing anything, and I haven't actually gone through and read Dead Seas in a while, so I can't think of any off the top of my head. I will say one of my favorite scenes from Dead Seas, there's a scene where Isla has to, like, fight this, like, feral demon child, and I really like that. Next question is favorite places that you've traveled to. I haven't actually traveled to a lot of places. I've been to Australia and a few islands. I actually lived on an island for a few months, fun fact about me. But out of those places, I would say my favorite place would be Tahiti. Fuck, marry, kill out of Inej, Wylan, and Kaz from the Six of Crows duology. When I first read this, I thought this would be really hard because I love all the characters from Six of Crows, but straight up, I would kill Kaz because I want those bragging rights. If you've read those books, you know how much of a genius and, like, badass he is. I want the rights to say that I killed that guy. And then Inej and Wylan are both just so... I would probably fuck Wylan and marry Inej. I think that's how it would go. The next question is, what country do you live in? I live in New Zealand. Born and raised. Wasn't born somewhere else. Lots of people, I get asked a lot if I'm American or German. Lots of people think I'm not from New Zealand. The next question is really interesting. What was the last thing you recorded on TV? I haven't recorded anything on TV in a really long time, so probably would have to be back when I was like 14, 15, and I would record Doctor Who on TV up at my grandparents' house, and we would watch it together, like, on the weekends. Good times. Next question. What is your must-have product? This one's really hard, but I'm gonna say coconut oil. I love coconut oil. It is just so good. It's a cleanser, it's a moisturizer. You can use it as a lip balm, you can use it in your hair, like, best product all around. You can use it for cooking. Coconut oil, 100%. The next question is, have you faced a literary elitist in your lifetime? My mom. Like, not really. She has always kind of, like, not really. My mom's not, like, that snobby about books. Like, she just knows what she likes. Not to say that I don't like the stuff that she reads, but, she's definitely not, like, a huge fantasy fan. So I will say that there was also that time last year I was taking a fantasy and science fiction paper, and we had to read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which, if you don't know, is the book that the movie Blade Runner is based on. And I really didn't like it. I actually hated that book so much, and I remember saying that in class, and I had like 3 guys ask me if I just didn't understand what the book was saying. I just didn't get it. I just didn't understand. I just possibly couldn't understand. So, not exactly like elitism, but sexism, which is like, you know, gives off the same similar disgusting vibes. We got another fuck, marry, kill. Layla from The Savior's Champion, Kelly from Heart and Soul, and Sophia from my friend Kylie's new book, Lost in Blue, which isn't out yet, but it will be soon. This was also really hard, but also kind of easy at the same time. I definitely don't want to kill Layla. That is the main thing. I think I wouldn't want to marry her either. I would kiss Layla. I would marry Sophia, and I would kill Callie. I'm so sorry, Callie. I'm so sorry. Callie's a sweetie, but just someone has to go. The next question is, what is your favorite out of the videos that you've made so far? I honestly feel like I haven't made that many videos, but I would say my bullet journal setup video, just because I love those videos in general. I had a really good time filming that as well. That's something I wanted to do for a really long time. And also, I think my first writing vlog, that was really fun. I really liked that. Next question, what tropes make your blood boil? Brilliant. I feel like I could say so many, but the one that I've been reading a lot recently is the naive virgin. I don't even know if that's like an actual trope, but like it has to be, because it's in almost every single romance book that I've been reading lately. To be fair, I have been reading a lot of historical fictions lately, and often they're about like women who properly follow society's rules, and so they do absolutely nothing with like they do absolutely nothing sexual until they're married, so they know absolutely nothing about sex. But even then, like, just the concept of having someone who knows like nothing about sex, like nothing, like barely anything about their own anatomy, and then they meet someone and that someone's like, let's have sex, like straight away, like straight off the bat, like you don't know what it is, oh that's fine. Like, I don't know what it just makes me uncomfortable. It just makes me uncomfortable. And I just really hate, because it's not always, but it usually is the girl who is the naive version. Like, very rarely it is the guy. Very, very rarely. I just like, I'm sick of it. Fuck, marry, kill Simon, Baz, or Penelope from the Carry On series. Not to be problematic, I would kill Simon. And I would marry Baz, because best boy, and I guess I'd kiss Penelope. I think that's like what she deserves, you know? I feel like lots of people think Penelope's really annoying, but she's just smart, and I respect that for her, you know? Give her a little to like thank her for her brains. Esther asked, do I miss being a horse girl? For anyone who doesn't know, I used to ride horses. I did horse riding for like 8 years. Honestly, yes, there were simpler times. I want that back. Favorite movies recently? Honestly, haven't been watching a lot of movies. Been rewatching a lot of movies. We rewatched The Lord of the Rings the other night. We are currently rewatching Pirates of the Caribbean. Classic. And I've kind of been rewatching Harry Potter from time to time. I reread all the books the other week. That was a good time. Yeah, haven't really watched, I don't think I've watched any new movies. I think the last new movie that I saw was, it must have been The Invisible Man. We went and watched it in the movies before lockdown happened. That was really good. I really liked The Invisible Man. That was a good movie. Next question, who would you fan cast play you in a TV show or a movie? Sydney Sweeney. A Girl Can Dream. Next question, why are you so amazing and perfect and gorgeous? Thanks, Kylie. I can't answer that though. We've got the last fuck, marry, kill, which is out of Chaos Breaker from Six of Crows, Richard Gansey from The Raven Cycle, and Will Herondale from The Infernal Devices. Like, I said that I would kill Kaz already, and I would say maybe I will change that, but I will not kill Kaz. Still kill Kaz. Get those bragging rights twice. Instead of marrying Will, I'll fuck Will, and I'll marry Richard Gansey III. Bless his little heart. I do love Gansey. I really do. Ugh. Yeah. And then the last question, what's your favorite character that you've created and why? This one's really interesting. This one's honestly kind of difficult. I think I'm gonna say Kalina from Dead Seas. I just love her. I just love her so much. I can't really say why without giving away spoilers. I think she's one of the most interesting characters. She's complex. She's well developed. She's one of the most well developed characters I've made. That is definitely a strong reason why. She plays a very important role in the plot. We'll say that so I don't spoil you guys. I just like her whole vibe. Yeah, Kalina. Kalina's my fave. That's the answer though. That's the answer. So those were the questions that you asked me. I got like a whole lot more than I was expecting, so that was really good. This was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for sending in questions, and thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's crazy. Whoa. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and also for subscribing to my channel. I will see you guys in another video later this week. Bye.